बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। अभी हम करने जा रहे हैं एक्सरसाइज नंबर 9। हम कर रहे हैं कंप्रीहेंशन। क्लास 9-10 की ग्रामर है, इंग्लिश ग्रामर, पंजाब टेक्स्ट रिपोर्ट की, पेज नंबर 42। इट सेज इन December 1930 Dr. Muhammad Iqbal was invited to preside over the annual meeting of All India Muslim League at Allahabad. In his address, he openly opposed the idea of power sharing between Hindus and Muslims as one nation. He declared that the movement to apply one constitution to both the Hindus and Muslims would result in a civil war. He wanted to see the Punjab, Sindh, Balochistan and Khyber Pakhtunkhwa as a single state for the Muslims so that they should live according to the teachings of Islam. We can say that Allama Iqbal was the first thinker to give us the idea of a separate homeland for the Muslims of India, that is partition of the subcontinent into two sovereign states. The Muslims soon realized the importance of the demand for two separate states. It was then the Pakistan resolution was adopted in 1940. तो इसके हम करते हैं अभी आंसर्स, क्वेश्चंस के आंसर हम करते हैं. We start with the first one. Where was the annual meeting of All India Muslim League held in 1930? इसका आंसर है the annual meeting of All India Muslim League was held in Allahabad. Allahabad. Number two is who was invited to preside over the session. Who was invited? Dr. Muhammad Iqbal was invited to preside over the session. Number three is what idea did Allama Iqbal oppose? Allama Iqbal opposed the idea of power sharing between Hindus and Muslims as one nation. Number four, which provinces did he want to be included in the Muslim state? He wanted the provinces of Punjab, Sindh, Balochistan and Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. He wanted the provinces of Punjab, Sindh, Balochistan and Khyber Pakhtunkhwa to be included in the Muslim state. So far we have done 4 questions. 2 are remaining. Number 5 is on what grounds did he demand a separate state for the Muslims of India? On what grounds did he demand a separate state for the Muslims of India? He demanded a separate state for the Muslims of India on the grounds of Islam. Number 6, so that they should live according to the teachings of Islam. On the grounds of religion भी इसमें कह सकते हैं, so that they should live according to the teachings of Islam. Number 6, when was the Pakistan resolution adopted? Pakistan resolution was adopted in 1940. So we have completed this 9th exercise. Now we will be doing the 10th one. We'll do this again and again so that you have a lot of practice and it should be easy for you. Exercise 10 says, the Indian National Congress was founded in 1885 by a liberal Englishman, Mr. A.O. Hume. He had joined the Indian Civil Service in 1849 and retired from service after shouldering different responsibilities. He had been watching the ugly law and order situation in the country. He was of the opinion that the high-handed rule of the Britishers was paving way for any unexpected outburst of violence. His plan was to put a safety valve to minimize the mounting sentiments against the British rule. It was meant to provide an outlet which could ventilate the revolutionary spirit. Mr. Hume had put his plan before Lord Dufferin. Now we come to the question answers. Who founded the Indian National Congress? The Indian National Congress was founded by Mr. A.O. Hume. Number 2, who was Mr. A.O. Hume? Mr. A.O. Hume was a liberal Englishman. Number 3, when was the Indian National Congress founded? The Indian National Congress was founded in 1885. Number 4, why did Hume think of founding his political organization? Hume thought of founding his political organization because he thought that the high-handed rule of the Britishers was paving way for any unexpected outburst of violence, and his plan was to put a safety wall to minimize the mounting sentiments against the British rule. So there is only one left, last one. Number 5 is, with whom did he discuss his plan? He discussed his plan with Lord Dufferin. So by this way we have completed 9th and 10th exercise in a single video. So we'll also go for the 11th exercise in the same video. Exercise number 11. So on page number 43, it says, there was once a man whose doctor gave him medicine which was quite black. His servant, who was illiterate, made a mistake and poured out a dose of ink in place of the drug. He gave it to his master, who drank it. After the patient had taken the dose of ink, the servant somehow realized his mistake. He ran back to his master and said, "So I have given you a dose of ink instead of the medicine, as both were equally black. What should be done now?" The master replied softly, "Now give me a piece of blotting paper to swallow." So we'll head towards the answers. Number 1 is, what was the color of the medicine? The color of the medicine was black. Number 2, what did the servant give his master? The servant gave his master dose of ink in place of the drug medicine को कहते हैं. Number 3, when did the servant come to know of his mistake? The servant came to know of his mistake after The patient had taken the dose of ink. Number 4. What did the servant do? The servant told his master that he gave him a dose of ink instead of the medicine as both were equally black. Number 5. What did the master say to his servant? The master replied, softly to his servant, now give me a piece of blotting paper to swallow. So this exercise is also done. So do a lot of practice so that things become easier for you. We will also do exercise number 12 in the same video. Exercise number 12. So on page number 43 and 44, it says, there lived a monkey in a forest. One day he was going about in search of food as he was very hungry. At last he entered the house of a farmer. There was nobody in the house. The monkey found a hard vessel with a narrow opening. He put his hand into it. It had grains in it. He took a handful of these and tried to pull his hand out, but he could not do so with his closed fist. After some time, the owner of the house came up. His dog was also with him. The dog fell upon the monkey and tore him to pieces. Thus the monkey met his fate due to his greed. So we'll start now. Number 1, question 1. Where did the monkey live? The monkey lived in a forest. Number 2. Why did he enter the house of a farmer? He entered the house of a farmer because he was hungry. He was very hungry. He entered the house of a farmer in search of food because he was very hungry. Number 3. What did he find there? He found a hard vessel with narrow opening. Number 4. What was in the vessel? The vessel had grains. Number 5. What did the monkey do? monkey put his hand into it to get grains. Number 6. Why could he not pull his hand out of the vessel? He could not Why could he not pull his hand out of the vessel? He could not pull his hand out of the vessel because the vessel had a narrow opening so when he tried to pull his hand out, he could not do so with his closed fist. He could not pull his hand out of the vessel because the vessel had a narrow opening. So when he tried to pull his hand out, he could not do so with the closed fist. Number 7, the last one. How did the monkey meet his fate? The monkey met his fate as dog fell upon him and tore him to pieces. The monkey met his fate as a dog fell upon him and tore him to pieces. आपने एक चीज देखनी है कि in most of the questions when we try to make the answers, we want to give the answers. The start of the answer we take it from the question itself. It's very important. The second thing is जिस टेंस में questions दिए होते हैं उसी टेंस में उनका आंसर देना होता है.